Okay, so I just wanted you guys to see what I'm dealing with. If this audio doesn't work, that is okay because I will just dub over it. But this is my little garden on my little balcony. This is the last year I'll have to deal with this. These are my peas. You know, I have these pea pot, like peas for a pot, and this is how tall most of them grew. And then this one is like way up here. So I have a feeling maybe just a normal pea seed got in there. I don't know why that one's so giant big. These are, I'm going to do my planting today. It's a little bit windy, I know, but I have the time that I have. So this is actually for a different project. I'm going to make a hanger for this and hang these flowers inside. These are all going to be flowers, and then these are just baby sunflowers. They're so freaking cute when they're done. My seeds, they had a massacre. My cat attacked him a couple times. So these are all cleaned up from what I had before. These are the ones that still live. These are the ones that I have to work with. But my cat is the reason why I bought some plants this year. I don't have a lot of luck with tomatoes up where I live because of how windy it is. So I got a big plant, a little plant, well, a couple little plants, and then I got the seedlings. This is my cat grass where she sits. She'll sit here and eat the cat grass and not really bother anything else, which is why I was so shocked she ate my seedlings. This is some catnip that I happened to find. Here is some mint because I ran out of mint seeds, period, so they didn't even get the chance to die. I didn't even get to plant them. There's some lavender down there. I have just all my pots ready to go. I made this planter at one point, and then with the complex where I'm living, I had a lot of other ones and they were taller and my cat could climb up on them and they were really wonderful, but my apartment complex decided they didn't like it. So I had to take them down. That's what I'm left with. This is just a blue dahlia, what my grandma gave me, just letting it grow, and that's all I really have to show you for out here. So I just wanted to show you what I'm having to work with before I get going. So pretty soon we are going to get going with the transplanting of the seedlings and just any of the plants into the pots. Again, I don't know if this is going to work for audio, if it's too windy or what, but won't know till I try, I guess. So that's me, the how-to homemaker. Let's get to transplanting. Oh, I should say, before you transplant, make sure you harden off your plants. If your plants have been inside all since you've planted them, make sure that you bring them outside for the daytime and then bring them in the nighttime, in the nighttime for about 2 weeks, because the UV rays and the direct sunlight helps to harden the actual surface of the plant, so they become protectant of the UV rays as well as being blown over. I don't know if you noticed, but on my balcony here, it is very windy. So I do have to, you'll see me secure most of my taller plants to a stick. I have a little bit of rope and I just tie a loose knot and I make sure that they don't blow over, because those are the precautions that I have to take. You guys won't have to do that if you don't have a windy area. If you just have a nice warm sunny area where no wind comes in, you're golden. So we'll talk more about that while I do the work though. I'll put the camera down, change the angle, and yeah, let's get going. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye. Hey everyone, here we are. So before I tell you how to do this, I do suggest heavily that you guys create a garden journal. It's a really good idea because you can put the things in there that you learn each year. You're never going to be a perfect gardener when you very first start, but the important thing is to start. And something that helps you learn along the way is that garden journal that I was talking about, because you can put your garden maps in there throughout the years and you can put the things that you learned on a yearly basis. Like one year I learned that peas need a lot of root space. I built a pea planter. I was so excited, but none of them grew because they really need a lot of space for their roots. And I thought I gave them enough space, but they need way more than what I thought. Another thing that I learned is basil is finicky. It can burn very easily in the sunlight if you're not careful. Another thing that I learned is the hardening off of your plants. You have to put them outside and then bring them in the nighttime for about 2 weeks before you plant them, or else the sunlight, the UV rays, will burn and kill your plants. and not enough water will ever help them. It's very frustrating. So these are the things that you can put and learn. And then also it creates sort of a family heirloom that you can pass down to your children, or whoever you want to pass them down to, if you have nieces or whatever, nephews who like gardening. It is really nice. It gives a little bit of a glimpse into what you were passionate about and what that you enjoy doing and things that you learned along the way. And it really does, it's a piece of who you are if this is something that you really want to dig into. So having a garden journal is nice, because it's nice to pass stuff along and pass your knowledge along as well. Excuse me. So what you have to do when you start this process, like you'll see that I've been doing here, I create a hole in the pot for the plant to go into. I make sure that it's deep enough. That's very important. It's very frustrating when you have a plant that you've bought and then you go and put it in the planter, and then the top half of the potted plant is still sticking out, or like a little bit of it. Even a little bit is frustrating. So make sure that it's deep enough. Even with your little pellets from the seedling tray, make sure that those are deep enough, because quite often I notice that I'll put them and I'll cover them with the dirt, and that's great, but all of the dirt is still loose and fresh, and when I water it, it sinks down, and like a 1/4 inch of these little pellets are showing, and it just looks frustrating to me. Maybe you won't care, but it's just something that I've noticed and thought that I should pass along. So after I make the hole and put the water in, I slowly and very carefully take the plant out of the little plastic planter, and sometimes that looks like holding the whole plant upside down and trying to shimmy the planter off. Never ever pull the plant out by the plant stem itself. It's not good for the plant. It defeats the purpose of everything that we're trying to do here. This is a living thing, so you have to be careful with the plant as well as the roots. Don't yank on the roots. If you have to pull little ends of, like the very ends of the roots off because it's not coming out of the pot, that is okay. It will grow more roots, but the more you save, the better. And you can kill the plant if you damage the roots too much. So keep that in mind. Be very, very careful. Even if it's a real struggle, if there's something just dry and holding the plant in there, break the little plastic planter that it comes with and just break it off and chip it off and whatever. Just be kind to your plants, because then eventually they'll be kind to you. Something else that I learned, and this is just my growing situation, I do plant my seedlings, but I don't know if you've noticed, I also put seeds in my dirt because of my situation. I don't have a lot of light. I like gardening. It makes me happy. So I do attempt this every year, even though I know the end results will not be as good as what I could do if I had more space, but this does make me happy. And I think that everybody, if this makes you happy, you should do it, because I'm able to grow, because I've learned from my garden journal, I'm able to grow a lot of herbs every year. I can dry them. I've learned how to do things like that. While I'm cooking, I just go out and I grab fresh herbs and I pull them and just cook with them, and it's really great. So I do get a lot of enjoyment and a lot of good things from doing this, but they don't grow as fast as I would like and things like that. So you really just have to learn your situation, what you have to deal with, and try and make it work from there. Your plants will speak to you. You'll know what they need if you just watch them every day. That's the only suggestion that I can really give you that really is worth a damn, because, like I said, they will tell you what they need. Not maybe verbally, but they might wilt and you'll know, oh, I need to give it more water, or they'll get spotty and you know that you maybe over fertilized or didn't fertilize enough. Or normally I don't fertilize. That's another thing, but the way it's so windy up here and how I don't get a lot of light, I do fertilize maybe once a month or maybe twice a month, things like that, just to give them that little boost that they need. But you just have to watch your plants. You have to make sure that they're okay. And if it's something that you don't know, just look it up and then put it in your journal. So that's basically all I have to say for this. I hope that this helped you guys a little bit anyways. And ask me if you have any questions. That's always so important. Okay, so here we are back outside after everything is all said and done, and I've cleaned everything up. Oh, you don't need to see that. That is the big tomato plant all secured and tied in. And what I mean by tied in is I tied one tie to the little stand that it came with, and then I tied one to the other side, and I just secured it from blowing back and forth in the wind like that. that's all I wanted to show you from what happened off camera. Here's my girl eating her cat grass. She's my baby. And then, so yeah, here's everything that I've got going on. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to show you the finished product of all of my hard work this afternoon. That's the lavender plant I ran out of. Sorry about the wind, guys. I ran out of popsicle sticks. Here's what I planted here, and then at the very end there's some green onions here, but I don't need a stick for that one. And the only other thing I wanted to show you is when you are planting a bulb, like the green onion bulbs, I'll show you what they look like in a second. I've got one with me right here. You see how one side looks like that and the other side has the little roots like that? Well, you want to plant it so the roots are down. I've got 2 left. I'm going to plant them in here. I'll probably do it off camera, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys seen. Here's another one. Off camera. There's the roots on the other side, and that's what we're going to do. Plant them later. So yeah. That's it. That's gardening in a nutshell. I'm the how-to homemaker. And don't forget, guys, everybody in life makes mistakes. What matters is what you do about it. So happy gardening and good luck with everything. And ask me if you have any questions. I want to know if I'm confusing, and I need you guys to ask for me to know that. So make sure that you ask, and if there's anything that I left out too, then you need to know, and I will be able to tell you. So from what I know anyway. So yeah, I already said my closeout, so yeah, happy gardening, everybody. Bye.